So, this is the last vlog. I haven't vlogged in the last 2 weeks. Well, I guess you could say I'm vlogging this week. It's not the first time that I've had to do it on a Monday. But, my reasons here are pretty much simple. The reason I was vlogging to begin with was, well, you know, it is its own reason, Kaza Sui. But, the thing is, well, I was doing it thinking that it would be its own reason, I suppose. That it would develop its own reason, I suppose you could say. It wasn't its own reason off the bat. I was thinking that eventually there would be, I don't know, a couple people watching. Maybe someone would comment every once in a while. But no one did. That's not the end of the world. But it meant that it was entirely off of my own desire to do it. My enjoyment of doing it disappeared, or at least it was reduced significantly. Now, when I stopped doing it every day, that helped. That made it so it wasn't such a dread anymore. It was just a casual thing. But it's still, well, it's still less than... how do I explain that? It's not an enjoyable thing, anyways. And it's just been getting tiring. And I haven't, like I said, I haven't recorded in the last 2 weeks. There's been some problems uploading them lately, before that. And I edited and uploaded 2 of the videos, but I uploaded them in the wrong order, and I need to delete one and re-upload the other, and I just haven't done it. So, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of the videos together on my computer, and that's part of the thing since the point is that I do it all on my phone, but I'm going to put it all up on my computer. I'm going to just toss them all into one video, and this is going to be either the first video, preface it, or it's going to be the last one. I don't know. Because... and then I'm just going to make that the mega collection, the final vlog, because I might still vlog when major things happen, but doing it on a weekly basis has become a problem. Now, during summer, it might become possible again, but I want to spend more time. I'm going to work on making the other things. I'm still going to do the other things, by the way, like the philosophies and the book talks, and I'm going to work on making them a higher production quality. But as for the vlogs, I think that's going to be an occasional thing, which is kind of unfortunate considering the other videos only happen rarely. But I have one that I'm about to record, which is why I'm here on the Tower of Philosophy. Yeah, so I suppose that's it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put the other 2 videos that I have to do into this one. Or if or that I've already made, or I think I have one made and the other is whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna put those videos into this one or if I'm just gonna put their individual parts. But anyways, this is gonna be the last video. That's what it comes down to. Well, 4 minutes. I really can make a short video. Well, yeah, I guess this is it. Probably not I guess I'm phrasing this wrong. Not the last vlog, but the last weekly vlog. And it's not even, or no, we'll rephrase that. The first non-weekly vlog, since the last vlog would have been, what, like 12, 13? Since that's the point when I stopped even attempting to upload them weekly. It wasn't an active choice, honestly. It was just, I stopped thinking about it, and I didn't feel guilty for not worrying about it. I just stopped. So, the same thing happened with the journal when I stopped doing that daily. It just, well, first of all, it seemed, I had more reason for that, because that one just seemed like I was ruining it, making it low quality, filling it up really quickly, although that was fun. I have plenty of pages in there. But it seemed kind of like cheating almost to fill it up with like 30 entries straight of like, I'm tired, today wasn't great, or today was okay. Anyway, so it's similar with this. The quality is less than I'd hope. So the few videos I will make will be high production value. Yeah, I'm actually about to go make one now, which will actually, it'll probably be regular production value since I'm making it at the same time as the mega vlog. But, yeah, it's a philosophy. I really hope I'm not getting a cold. I might be, but, yeah, so I guess after you watch this, go watch that philosophy. Enjoy the dogs if this is the last video. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna make this the first video, and then I'm gonna toss a last like minute on the end so I can say enjoy the dogs the final time. Well, maybe I should get a new outro since that's, since after this the vlogs will be a different thing. Maybe. I did film some other dogs, or this one dog, which was aggressive, but I guess you expect that with little dogs, and another dog which seemed to be barking only because its friend was. Anyways, yeah, so enjoy the other like 3 weeks. All right, so this is this video is going to be kind of depressingly short. I'm going to add this right after the bit where I explain how this is the last vlog, so yeah, that's where you'll be seeing this. I'm currently editing it. As for, it seems to be about 45 minutes long, and then I'm going to add on top of it the like 10 to 20 minutes of what I labeled week 12. It's actually week 13 with the New York trip. No, it's the, haven't been there in years. It was the Denver trip, that's what it was. It doesn't actually matter since I'm uploading all this on like week 26 or something crazy like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go like pull that, I'm gonna use a video downloader or pull that out of YouTube. Oh yeah, I guess I should explain why. My phone has been basically full. Like I've had like 1/4 of a gigabyte for the last like month. And if you know much about computers, or if you know the little about computers like I do, it seems like if a device has almost no storage, it just starts, its problems multiply. So in this case, my photos and videos were just randomly corrupting themselves. I think it's sort of like a self-protective measure, since like half of my phone's storage or more, maybe like 3/4, was in the videos of former vlogs, which I hadn't edited yet. So it was just kind of corrupting their files left and right. As a result, I don't actually have very many of those left. So the result of this is it's about 50-minute video, which if I had every file, I had every component. For instance, if I still had all the parts to the New York video, if I still had vlog 12, which was filmed, but I just don't know where it is now. It probably just got corrupted or deleted at some point. So if I still had all those parts, it'd probably be like, I don't want to say 2 hours, but probably at least 1.5 hours, rather than its current like 1:15. No, it would probably be 2 hours long. I'm gonna, not 2 hours. 1 hour and 45 minutes. I'll comfortably say it'd probably be about 1 hour and 1.5 hours to 1 hour and 45 minutes. But instead it's gonna end up being like 50, maybe 60 minutes, something along those lines. Yeah, probably not 60, probably not now, like 50, 55. So, yeah, that's my explanation for that. And why the next video you're about to see is just like, is what was previously labeled just week 12 in its entirety, including the intro and the dogs at the end and the enjoy the dogs and all that. So that's what that is. And that's why. So, yeah, enjoy the rest of the final vlog.
so gotta be kind of quiet here. I'm on what seems to be basically a private floor, but well, there might be people coming, or they might be able to hear me through the floor. I can certainly hear them. So I mentioned before that I was planning a trip. This is the trip. Probably tell. Let me zoom in on the landscape. This is. I'll record more of it in a minute. Or maybe you already saw that. Okay, yeah, you know, camera. Could just like be super. Hang on, let me try something. Denver is a city like other cities, just big cities. It's fun. It's much older than we are, but that's basically it. I didn't have a reason to go back into the big city, just the outskirts of it. Anyways, before the rest of the city is there. So that's fun. I thought I'd show a little bit of that craziness. I guess we'll like understand. I guess we're gonna try. So, whatever. This is just. No, this is the. Quick. I'm in much too public place to do this. Thought I could already, but anyways, I took a trip to Denver. I swear I did this already. Anyways, apparently my camera. Oh, that's what my camera must have corrupted a while ago. Whatever. This video is gonna be really short, and you're gonna know it. But no, nothing I can do with that. So. I took a trip to Denver a couple weeks ago. I've been neglecting editing the video because I've been moving, which I'll talk in next week's video, which will probably be uploaded pretty closely. Anyways, so I wanted to edit and upload these before I filmed the third one. Yeah, I took a trip to Denver. What you got is some footage from the top of like this, it's not a skyscraper, but it's a 7-floor building. You got some footage from floor 7. And on top of that, you got some footage. There's this, I've been to this place where I was at a conference that I like to go to every year if I can, although I don't think I can go to it much more, maybe not any longer. But anyways, it was fun. Last year I found this graffiti area. I added to it last year, I believe. I certainly added to it this year. I filmed it, not adding to it, that would have been too hard. It was up on I'm not going to say where, but it was some place that would have been awkward to hold a camera with one hand. Yeah, of course there's people walking by. I suppose I can't blame them. It's Friday, it's on a busy day, and it's an art day. For where I live, that's a thing, Art Friday. So I've got to go because I'm currently in the process of doing a thing that I ran away from for a couple minutes to film this once I realized I hadn't done it yet, or I had, but it got corrupted. Anyways, so there's the footage from floor 7, there's the graffiti, and I talked for about a minute on this bus that was driving at about 1,000,000 miles per hour. I think I'm just going to show the footage and then put this in there. Afterwards, as an explanation, it's weird, but I had 10 minutes of footage that got deleted, and at this point, I'm just going to upload it and be done. It was a fun trip for me. It wasn't a very visually interesting experience, but it was more of an interesting experience, I guess. I couldn't really film much of that. All right, so I guess this is the end, so enjoy the dogs.
All right, so I suppose he's saying goodbye for us.
It's quick. I'm in much too public place to do this. Thought I could already, but anyways, I took a trip to Denver. I swear I did this already. Anyways, apparently my camera. Oh, that's what my camera must have corrupted a while ago. Whatever. This video is gonna be really short, and you're gonna know it. But nothing I can do with that. So. I took a trip to Denver a couple weeks ago. I've been neglecting editing the video because I've been moving, which I'll talk in next week's video, which will probably be uploaded pretty closely. Anyways, so I wanted to edit and upload these before I filmed the third one. Yeah, I took a trip to Denver. What you got is some footage from the top of like this, it's not a skyscraper, but it's a 7-floor building. You got some footage from floor 7. And on top of that, you got some footage. There's this, I've been to this place where I was at a conference that I like to go to every year if I can, although I don't think I can go to it much more, maybe not any longer. But anyways, it was fun. Last year I found this graffiti area. I added to it last year, I believe. I certainly added to it this year. I filmed it, not adding to it, that would have been too hard. It was up on I'm not going to say where, but it was some place that would have been awkward to hold a camera with one hand. Yeah, of course there's people walking by. I suppose I can't blame them. It's Friday, it's on a busy day, and it's an art day. For where I live, that's a thing, Art Friday. So I've got to go because I'm currently in the process of doing a thing that I ran away from for a couple minutes to film this once I realized I hadn't done it yet, or I had, but it got corrupted. Anyways, so there's the footage from floor 7, there's the graffiti, and I talked for about a minute on this bus that was driving at about 1,000,000 miles per hour. I think I'm just going to show the footage and then put this in there. Afterwards, as an explanation, it's weird, but I had 10 minutes of footage that got deleted, and at this point, I'm just going to upload it and be done. It was a fun trip for me. It wasn't a very visually interesting experience, but it was more of an interesting experience, I guess. I couldn't really film much of that. All right, so I guess this is the end, so enjoy the dogs. It's my first graffiti. I decided to label the Tower of Philosophy as actually what it is. Welcome to the Tower of Philosophy.
Yeah, so I guess that's just a little tidbit. Yeah, here's the Tower of Philosophy from even higher of a perspective. Oh, I don't know. I like this place. I for the life of me, I can't figure out if if there's like 30 other people who really like it because there's some trash here, or if it's just that like the thing next to it, if it's just spillover from, well, whatever. Yeah, so my first graffiti, well, actually maybe I've done little things like stall doors and stuff like that, but my first like public graffiti would have done in spray paint if I had spray paint. Well, and like a stencil, but Sharpie's good enough for now. And the best part is I thought I would ruin the Sharpie, but I guess I didn't. So if anyone ever finds that, comment, maybe I'll put you in a video. A public Tower of Philosophy video. I don't know. So I've got 39%, and I don't want to really well, I don't want to make this too long anyways. I still haven't finished editing last week, although that's a lot of nothing to talk about. I should still edit and upload that. The reason being, actually, was that I've been moving. So give me some slack if the video ends up getting uploaded if they both get ending end up getting uploaded Wednesday or something like that. But yeah. So not only was I moving, but I took a trip to Denver for a specific conference I wanted to go to. The interesting result of wanting to visit this. Hi, Mr. Shadow. So the interesting result of wanting to visit this conference was that I was moving at the same time as a day which I basically had to just like devote utterly to this conference. It was going to take several hours to get there and several hours to get back because of the weirdness of how bus schedules work out. It would mean that I would have, basically it was going to be like an 18-hour day or something crazy. And I would get like 2 hours of sleep. And I did, and whatever, I did it. I was tired. But I was even able to move a little bit of stuff when I got back. So, well, that's good. And now I'm basically fully moved in. There's a couple of things which we just have to hire movers for, which I got to get one of those. Yeah, the guys with like a big truck, and you get like 3 guys who do it all the time. So it's just like, oh, sure, you want us to lift this like 500-pound cabinet? Sure, no problem. So anyways, got to get those guys. But other than that, other than like the lack of tables and chairs, and it's not a complete lack, I moved what I could, which still worked out to the smaller stuff. I'm basically moved at this point. So I've got luckily I can do this all on my phone. Otherwise I'd have problems because there's still things like setting up internet. But I should be able to edit and upload that stuff. My week is not exactly empty for classes, but, well, I think I have time. I think I have at least time to edit and, I don't know, upload. But I think I have time to at least edit last week's video. Yeah, that's why, okay, well, I wish I could say like, oh yeah, that's why I didn't do last week's video. No, it was laziness. At least partly. I'm sure the moving and then the anticipation for the conference and all the stuff I had to do for that was a factor, but it wasn't the only factor. Wow, 3 minutes. For once I'm making a short video? What? Considering I have like a minute of downtown Denver footage, which is where I went, the conference, which is several hours from my house, or from my home location. Yeah, so I got a little bit of footage of Denver on a bus that was moving like 1,000 miles an hour or something crazy, even though it took like 3 hours to get where I was going anyways. But anyways, I got a little footage of downtown Denver. Downtown Denver, when I actually could film it, I got there pretty early in the morning and there was no one there, and I thought, but I had to just kind of bolt to the conference at that point. Then once the conference was over, it was all packed again, so I couldn't record. But anyway, it's tall buildings. Yeah, and I think I'll say that in the thing. It's tall buildings. You know what tall buildings look like. And honestly, a video of tall buildings isn't going to give you much. If you want to, you can probably just Google it. Like, don't even waste your time with Denver. Google like Manhattan or something like that. Those buildings are just insane. I visited them once, and it's just, oh God, I couldn't imagine living in a place like that. Like 1,000 people per block or something crazy like that, and that's like a block that's industrial or something like that. Just they cram houses everywhere. Anyways, said a lot. This is sort of an empty vlog. Okay, no, you know what? I have too much to talk about this time to call this one an empty vlog. It's a short vlog anyways. Just because I turn this way so you don't get the effects of the wind, try and walk backwards. It's a short vlog just because I don't really know what else I can say. I've just had a pretty busy week, maybe 2 weeks, with exciting news and stuff that was all just packed in together. Moving for the first time in years, although I suppose the point of moving is that you only do it every like 5 years or something on average, or like 10 for a lot of people. Anyways, the average is like 5 for me, but oh wow, less. I've moved a couple of times. Wow, I think the average is like 3 years for me. Oh, I don't know if that's good or bad. But yeah, so busy week, but it's not really that interesting of a busy week. There was the trip to Denver, which was really just an interesting conference, interesting to me, but probably boring to most people. In fact, certainly boring to most people, just given the little local groups, which I'm not going to say what it is for reference. You probably figured that out, but the little local groups that do something similar have really like pitiful attendance. Even like most of them are like once every 3 months, and then you'll find like 4 people showing up, and even though they're the only one for like the only group that does that for like 100 miles or something, and it's like, oh yeah, 4 people care. Anyways, but when we all pack in one room or in one group, we get like 500. So you know. Anyways, conference was interesting to me, boring to most people. Moving was just boring to everybody. It wasn't even that hard is the thing. I've had hard moves, but this was really just like a matter of moving. It was literally just a matter of packing all my crap into boxes, pretending like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to organize this later. I'm not. I mean, I might still, I guess, but like I'm not. I basically just put most of this crap into boxes and then left. Like put it into the new place. Yeah, so it wasn't an awful move. I only moved like a couple miles. And I'm not really planning on living where I am for a huge amount of time. I do have a rather huge move planned on, shall we say, the vaguely distant horizon. Like year, 2 years kind of thing. Anyways, so in the meantime, this was just like, you know, get all my crap into a bag and then, or into a box and bags when I ran out of boxes, and then just, yeah, just move it. And now I was able to shove all the boxes into the couch, the living room. I was able to shove those into the living room, and then set up my own living space pretty nicely, although it's empty again. I'm using my desk chair as a chair to sit. I like to recline when I use the computer, just given that's sort of a like end of the day occasion, watching movies or whatever. So you doing it at my desk chair, the longer I do this, the more back problems I'm going to get. But it works for now. In fact, the day that it was all finalized, I was able to get, which was yesterday, but I finished it just yesterday, and yet I was still able to set it up pretty nicely. So at least like it's in a day, I was able to, in fact, in like 4 hours, I was able to turn cluttered like bombshell style mess, like a bombshell went off or a tornado got into my room or whatever, or into the house, or into the apartment in this case. So I was able to turn it into that, from that into a pile of junk in the living room and a sparse yet adequate, personal living space, my room. Although I guess that sounds a bit middle school to say. I like. Just cut off, but it did just cut off. We lost about 30 seconds of me talking about why it sounds kind of juvenile to say my room rather than something like my living space. There's a lot of joggers here. I suppose it is a pretty beautiful day if you can ignore the not unintense but not insane wind. Yeah, so I had 10 minutes in the other video, and then I got another 2 minutes. So I'll just put it up into there. I say enjoy the dogs at the end, so I can just toss that at the end. So yeah, you're about to see Denver speeding by. Oh yeah, and then plus I get another like minute on a rooftop, plus like 30 seconds of this one fun area where there's graffiti. I remember last time I went to this conference, I found the graffiti and I wanted to show it off. I even wrote something up there, although you'll have to visit it, figure out where I was, and visit it to see it. Well, anyways, enjoy those 2 videos, then enjoy the dogs. Alright, so I'm already 2 days late filming this one, but I'm getting behind on these. Great, there's a person coming. Well, I guess they don't get too close to me. What it comes down to is I'm really just falling behind. And then there isn't too much initiative to like not fall behind because like, nobody's watching these. And I don't know. The thing I've noticed is I'm a lot more happy with my journal now that I don't have to do it every day, even though I'm not filling it up nearly as quickly. Because it's really now just a matter of me doing it for myself. But the whole sticking to a weekly thing with this is less intense than that was with its everydayness, but it's still not entirely for myself when I'm doing it like this. But I feel like if I don't do it every week, I'm going to stop uploading these kind of things. Just because, like, I don't know. I don't make the other videos too often. Like, every couple of weeks, I'll upload, like, a philosophy or a book talk. But I've got to do a book talk. At one point I thought, like, oh, I'll just do every book I read. No, that's not going to happen. There would be way too much to edit. And I'm not even that fast of a reader. Anyways, just considering I talked about the first 2 books in the Recluse series for like 23 minutes or whatever that was. So, I'm not gonna attempt things making a video for every book. What it comes down to is well, really, I just need to edit the other 2 videos. This video isn't going to be long. I'm at the 2-minute mark. It seems like once I hit 3 minutes, I just suddenly look. The next time I'll look back, it's 10 minutes. But I really don't have anything to say except that I'm behind. Except nobody's going to view it. Even if someone does start viewing it like tomorrow, it's not going to make a difference to them because they'll just, well, whatever. I'm working on it, but admittedly not nearly as hard as if it meant anything to anyone but me. Same with the name. Like, I've got a couple ideas. I kind of want to stick with Latin, but maybe not. I don't know what kind of word I'd make up, but there's so many channels out there. Well, so like every little I go through Wikipedia for 2 hours. I find the most obscure, tiny little, like, this was a spirit of a single boulder that some farmers liked in Tibet for 500 years, but everybody forgot about it for the last 2,000 years, and we just recently found out about it and put it on Wikipedia. And then I'm like, oh, sweet, okay, let me just check to make sure there's no channels, because I know there won't be. Then I go and it's like, oh, nope, there's 5 channels named after that spirit boulder. So, well, I need to find a new channel name, but I'm working on it slowly, and I am really starting to upload stuff. Oh, this river is kind of pathetic. The river next to the Tower of Philosophy is actually kind of fun. Someone dropped a Barbie doll. I actually know. All right, you know what? I can film it later since I'm gonna go to the Tower of Philosophy now. It's getting dark, but I mean, I'll try and film it a little bit before it gets dark. Yeah, but there was a Barbie. I saw two girls. I have no idea what they were doing, but they had like strings, these ribbons, like the kind of thing that you see balloons attached to when you give a little kid a balloon. Anyways, they had those, but they had Barbies strapped to them, and I guess they were like walking around like they were pets or something. Either way, one of the Barbies is almost directly under where I sit at the Tower of Philosophy, and I've noticed over the past while that it's slowly been getting further and further underneath the dirt. But this river, back onto that point, is pathetic because there's a I think that's a sleeping bag. Maybe a jacket? No, it looks more like a sleeping bag. But just because this river is so subtle, it probably hasn't been... It probably got dirty initially and then just nothing's happened since. Because like you can see the little white dots, those are... I was going to say they're petals, but we don't have any kind of petal tree around here. Well, whatever. Those theoretically should be moving. They're just not. But, I don't know. Maybe after it rains, it'll just flood. Oh, whoops! Almost hit my phone out of my hands into the river. So yeah, theoretically, it should be. And maybe after it floods, that's why I see wet mud on the edges. Maybe it'll just like gush out, and it just so happened that thing just ended right there, and that milk carton or whatever just ended right there, and that thing ended right there. Yeah, this might be a flood canal. Actually, thinking about it, since. I'm not going to say which state, but I am within oh yeah, I remember what I said in the Denver video, even though I haven't uploaded that yet. Actually, no, I did upload it, but I uploaded it in the wrong order. I uploaded it as week 12, so now I've got to delete it so that I can re-upload it as 13. Anyways, so I've got to go do that. But, yeah, the Denver video, I remember I did give away that I'm within 100 miles of Denver. So I am within you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to give it away a little more. I am within the greater Rocky Mountain area. I'm close enough anyways that, on a clear day, I can visibly see the mountains. That's not really saying much, given if you live by the Rocky Mountains, or have in the past, you'll know that they're really kind of hard to miss, although nope, I was going to say I couldn't see them now because I'm by a couple of tall buildings, but no. Look through the cracks and there's just sort of like a vague gray, blue blob in the background that isn't colored like the rest of the sky. Yeah. So, forgot how I got onto this. Well, 7 minutes. There it is. I almost feel like it's a thing now. If I ever have to upload like a 2-minute video because I really have nothing to talk about, I'm going to be so disappointed. Just because how I get away with 7 minutes with nothing. Alright, so I guess this is a simple enough video. One clip. Just explaining things. Yeah, I've been in the process of moving. Today I discovered I had an exam that I didn't know about, but luckily it's one of the better classes. They let you bring in a page of notes. So I spent 3 hours making that, and then I spent... Alright, sorry, there were some people walking their dog. Can't really blame them. Dogs do need to walk a lot, and that looked like a Labrador or a Retriever or something, one of those breeds that needs to run. So what it comes down to is, yeah, I'm just late. I need to work on... Actually, you know what? I do have another news thing. Whatever I was talking about with 100 miles, greater Rocky Mountain area. But also... Oh yeah, the betta fish. All right, well, I can't blame the dog walking people, and I can't really blame that guy either, but I can blame him a little more. Just a random dude walking around. Moderately late. I mean, it would be pitch black if it were winter. Um, so, moderately late out. I guess to be fair, though, I'm doing the exact same thing, except weirder because I'm just kind of standing on a rusty old bridge that's really not meant for anything but bird poop and walking across so that you can get into the interesting parts of this area. Anyway, so beta fish. Beta fish. I had one as a kid, in middle school, and I had a couple, and I had a goldfish, which I'm very happy to say didn't even die. When I moved from where I was living at the time, I sold them, and the bottom feeder, the little soulless monster, I don't know, he was just kind of boring, but whatever. I was thinking he'd be fun and he'd eat the algae that collected in the tank, but nope, he just kind of, I guess he did eat the algae. It took slightly longer for that to collect, but he had no emotion. I couldn't even tell if it was a he. I know some fish, males are cheaper and some are females are cheaper. Anyways, beta fish, they're really cheap. In the new house I am living in, there's no pets and it's kind of depressing. So I was thinking, I found out that I could buy a beta fish and all the like stuff. If I was going to be minimalist, $15 or $14 plus tax. And if I wanted to get at least some of the fancy stuff, it would cost me $20 plus tax or 19 plus tax. And that would be like the fancy food, the fancy like water droplets you have to put in to make sure they don't like shed their skin or their scales, and because they're not supposed to. And whatchamacallit, and and a female, because males are cheaper because they just sort of aggressively puff out. You can Google beta fish. They just kind of puff out at you. They can puff up their fins and their gills, but they just pump their little hearts too much and then die. To be fair, I don't think the females are supposed to, like a really good person can keep a beta fish for like 2 years, but I would be talking about like liberating one from Walmart. So like just saving it from its miserable little 2 ounces of water existence. Although I wouldn't be saving it that much. I'd be putting in like a 10-ounce tank, but you know, that's better. Half a gallon or whatever is better than I'm not kidding. They're like hold out your fist. That's how much water it got, and it's like this little creature which is about the size of 3 fingers, and it's in water the size of your fist. It's sad. Although I don't know why I can empathize with fish. I know a lot of people empathize with puppies when they see them like at Petco or whatever. They see the basket of puppies and they think it's so sad because they're all depressed. I don't know. When I see puppies, they're just puppies, and some dogs, but puppies specifically are just too stupid. Not in a bad way. They're stupid in a like hug and play way, but they're just kind of too dumb to experience anything but happy, hungry, and sleepy. So when I see puppies, I just see either happy, hungry, or sleepy. To be fair, dogs at a pound are one of the most depressing things on the face of the planet. I think I might actually empathize with dogs more than I do people. But when you see those like the advertisements of sad dogs, it's really depressing because that dog is it seems like they develop their loyalty, and that dog is old enough to know that it's been abandoned, or that it's, in that dog's view, it is entirely worthless. The only reason it continues is because of the nature of all living species that makes us do so. Of course, then when you liberate one and it's like skittish for a couple months from the pound, and then they're just like the happiest creature on the face of the planet, or you see those videos of people like time-lapsing 5 months after getting a dog that was like in a pile of garbage and then making it a normal, healthy dog again. Anyways, or like the pit bull rescue guys, as much as they were like hillbillies on that show. I didn't watch it much, but for those who didn't see it, it was basically a whole bunch of hillbillies who went around rescuing pit bulls. Like normal dog rescue, but people kind of hate pit bulls. So like you rescue a lab from something, you're the hero of the ages. You rescue a pit bull from something, you're just like saving another devil, even though pit bulls are like one of the most calm species. I think wiener dogs, I can't remember what they're actually called, like Doberman, I think that might be something else. Anyways, wiener dogs are apparently the most aggressive species. It's just the little ones are most aggressive. It's just they can't really do much about it. Like when a pit bull gets aggressive, it gets put down because it breaks someone's arm. When a chihuahua gets aggressive, it like nips at someone's ankles and you laugh it off. So, anyways, tangents and 14 minutes. Wow. Yeah, you know what? Thinking about getting a betta fish. If I do get a betta fish, I will film the tank and I'll let it poof at you, because until it gets used to me, it'll poof at me a lot, even the females. Yeah, so I think I might do that. I was thinking I'd get a lizard, but it seems like a lizard's going to be $100 and sort of a pretty huge tank and investment and all that. It's not really the money is the problem. Okay, the money is a problem, but the money isn't really the primary problem. The primary problem is how much time and things I would have to devote to it, to the point where I think I would get sick of it and start hating it, and I'd be hating it just for the horrible crime of existing. And I can't do that to anything, much like an ant. I can't do that to an ant, much less a lizard. And lizards are so funny. Go to PetSmart sometime. The birds are funny, the puppies are funny, but the lizards are, I don't know if they're the most funny. Last time I went to PetSmart, there was just a pile of lizards just kind of sitting in the back of their tank. One looked over at me like, what? This is completely natural, just like 6 of us sitting on top of each other. You know, just normal everyday stuff. Anyways, the thing about a betta fish is it would really just come down to putting a little pellets in once every day. I'm gonna have to look that up. I know it's every day. I know you don't have to do it multiple times a day, because they're just too tiny to need that much food. I suppose if you fed them really tiny increments, you could do it multiple times in a day. But and I just put in like the recommended little pinch every day. That's what it would come down to. Just like put a pinch in every day. Once in a while, put the healthy food in to make sure they stay healthy. I guess that goes along with it being the healthy food. And then be done with it. The $20 investment at the beginning is really just like the icing on the cake. It's not the cherry. It does actually add a benefit other than just aesthetic. Okay, I always view the banana sundae analogy. The banana is a vital piece, which is really, when you get right down to it, you can ignore, but you don't want to, because it takes away from the whole thing. The icing or the like whipped cream or whatever, is sort of the thing that ties it together. Again, like the banana, it's not required, but it becomes very clear very fast that it's not right without it. The cherry is just sort of the aesthetic thing, the cherry on top, the thing that just ties it all together. And then, of course, the ice cream is the thing itself. You can't get rid of the ice cream, so you don't really talk about something being the ice cream of the sundae. Although I suppose that works as a phrase. I might have to film another day. It's getting kind of dark. The Barbie doll. Yeah, so it's the icing on the cake. 17 minutes. How? All right, you know what? Just end it. Thinking about getting a fish. Decided not to get a lizard. Got to find a new name, but it's an uphill battle. In fact, it's an up mountain battle. And because people just make an account and then abandon it. I mean, to be fair, I've done that a couple of times. So, but yeah, so uphill battle there. Need to finish up editing the videos. That's just sort of a gentle slope battle, but I still need to do it. I have other things. I had a surprise exam I needed to work on. So I would have finished it today. Okay, no, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I can't say what would have happened if one thing happened and one thing didn't. I might have worked on it. I might not have. But I couldn't work on it today. Maybe when I get home, maybe not, because I have stuff to do when I get home. Yeah, so enjoy the dogs, and wow, 18 minutes. Enjoy the dogs. Might be the last time I'm saying it, and probably at least the last time I'm saying it for that particular video of dogs, or dog. I have another video which I mentioned in the beginning, which will be the real, when I say enjoy the dogs, it'll actually be plural. Well, yeah, enjoy the dogs. All right, so I suppose he's saying goodbye for us.